men can be angels when they want to be. Give them room to grow, as sometimes the conditions they grow up in can limit the way they express themselves and stuff like that. Yeah.
Dreams too big, aiming for the stars. Gonna paint the city pink, paint my skies.
Guys, Dr. Hella, when you're sitting at home, don't you just wonder, what is the opposite gender thinking? like
all the time, though.
All the time. Whenever.
Like, I'm in a friend group, 4 girls, 2 boys, and I just wonder, like, what are you guys thinking when you're not with us? Like, what are you guys thinking?
You know, even when they say certain things, you just have to wonder, like,
typical Tswana girl.
Anyways, guys, you are watching Off the Clock with Sky. Your host is Lone Kasonde Letsulo, aka Kassy, the chillest chick in Gap City. And Rabani. Let's not forget that.
And you're with me, of course. Big Boss Parisi, aka Burere, Wabon Tweezy. Yeah.
And I'm Shathi. If you didn't know the name, now you do, so you can associate it with the face. And today's topic, what do boys think? I asked you guys in the beginning. So we got some opinions from the boys in our community. We wanted to understand what's going on.
That's good.
What's cooking oil?
And I think another question that really spoke to me, how do you manage to stay calm in certain circumstances? Because you've noticed, like, boys like to keep their cool. They're not really, like, you know how some actually, there was a time I was out, right?
Yeah.
With a friend, we were getting pizza. And then this side, this girl just threw a bottle of something. A bottle of something onto the floor. They're fighting.
Yeah.
And it was actually because the other girl just wanted that bottle. That was it. And I was thinking, like,
ow.
Sana,
Wirala.
Yeah. And the guys next to them.
Yeah.
Just standing.
They're just watching.
Like, how do you stay calm in those circumstances?
No, but boys like acting tough.
They do.
When they're actually, sensitive with things. There's
like
something,
it's okay to be that.
It's okay to, show some feelings. Like, sometime, like 1 time, 2 time, you don't have to act tough all the time. Yeah.
No, I hear you, but I do feel like sometimes it's kind of bad because you need to let it out. You need to let it out.
It's okay to cry
an extent.
As a boy.
Thank you.
Yeah, like express your feelings.
Men cry.
Okay, so we got 2 answers for that question. Yeah, staying calm in circumstances. One was from Batu. You can actually read this magazine along with us. This is the latest issue with Ms. Lesra, one of our co-hosts on the cover.
Yeah,
our cover girl.
Yeah. And Batu answered, how do I stay calm? ? Now that you mention it, I don't really know. I find it easier to just keep quiet and talk myself out of whatever stressful situation I'm in. I think that's a good idea. Like guarding yourself before like actually reacting.
Yeah.
Letting yourself process what you're going through right in the moment. If someone's making you angry, because you'll find if you just have an outburst, you can say like really rude things. You can be super aggressive, and truly you don't want to come off that way to people.
Yeah. No, I actually get you. And then there's a question here. It says, why do boys make fun of other boys enjoying girly things? Because I have a story to this. There was this other boy in my class when I was doing Form 3. He never used the boys' toilets, and the boys used to bash him for that. He literally he had to like cry in front of the whole class, explain, and then, guys, I just don't like using the school toilets. And they're like, no, we did a stabana. It was just so hectic. Because the boys in our class used to bash her. How did I say? They used to bash you for every little thing.
On the aspect of crying, I think I was having a conversation with one of my friends the other day. This other girl, right? And he was like, he couldn't cry because he knew the gents, like his friends who are guys, wouldn't respect him as a male. And I was like, why you see? That's so wild. And he was like, no, like it's an unspoken rule. If you cry as a man, I'm not gonna respect you anymore. And I'm like, what?
But I feel like with that case, I think also this just applies to everyone. There's certain people you are comfortable around.
Yeah.
You're comfortable enough
Yeah.
around to do those things. And I feel like everyone should have that certain person or those certain people they feel like won't judge them. And if you feel that someone's gonna judge you for actually expressing your feelings, whether you're a boy or a girl, I promise you those people are not your friends and they are not supposed to be in your lives.
Speak on it.
Yeah, but sometimes boys, I guess like most boys, they don't like talking about their feelings to their friends. They like tagging it out. But sometimes it's just cool to just go down and you bottle up your feelings. And then one day it's gonna explode on you.
Yeah,
it is.
Because pent up feelings.
Shame. I can relate to that, right? I can.
And the time you blow, the time you it's not gonna look nice.
And then Nikki said, boys thrive on ego and pride. True. And sometimes that pride is in the form of masculinity. The moment you show your signs of femininity, they will relate to you to the same energy, even if you aren't gay. You see what I was talking about? Yeah.
I want us to define what masculinity is.
That's actually what I was about to ask. I feel like
no, because I feel like there's a lot of definitions and it's quite subjective and objective.
I think truly I feel like those two descriptions of people, I don't think they must stand because they could be masculine women, like in terms of personality wise, and then they could be feminine men. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like using those words to describe people is just like, I don't know. I'm not really in support of them. I feel like we can describe people with actual like adverbs, like you're funny, or you know what I'm saying? Instead of saying he's feminine because he likes to, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense.
Bro, this other time, I think one of my classmates, he's like one of those, those clean people he doesn't like.
And that's
and then
the thing,
he took out one of his, I think he took out a sanitizer and wiped the desk. And people were like, why are you doing that, bro? That's for hands. That's gay. I'm like, what?
Sorry.
That shows how one,
actually,
like that's not masculine. I'm like,
some
what?
men fear cleanliness because they like saying being clean is a woman.
Cleanliness is close, it's close to godliness, guys.
I mean,
I remember also there was a time at the beginning of the year before we started school, like our whole school hosted seminars for us, and our last one, this lady was asking us to define masculinity and femininity, and in the stereotypical way. So we did that, and then one of my friends was like, okay, but we can't say men are dominant and aggressive and stuff like that, because some women can be like that. Some women abuse men, and then these boys laughed in the back. I was so confused. What's so funny about abuse?
Bro. There's actually this other. I'm coming up with a lot of stories.
You've lived life, man.
I heard something that had happened. So basically, this boy, right? He got, I don't know if I'm allowed to use not assaulted. He got raped. I don't know if I can. Okay. Yeah, he got raped, right? And then we were talking about that in class. Like someone just, hey, this Jen got raped. And then people laughed. And were like, I was surprised. I was like, why are you guys laughing?
No, because that actually happened on Gomorrah. Ne? If you watch Gomorrah, you'd know that Teddy got assaulted by a teacher. And then he was afraid of telling people because he was afraid of what people would say.
Exactly.
And then when he told a friend of his, he laughed at him.
I'm like, how?
I was like, I would have appreciated if that was done to me.
Actually, also the rape cases for men go undocumented.
Yeah.
Like rape cases for men are the most undocumented type of cases because men aren't willing to go. Like even when they go to the police, I don't know when this happened. I think it was like 2-3 years ago. Some guy went to the police after his girlfriend was abusing him, and the police laughed in his face and told him men can't get abused, and they sent him away.
Because when you report these type of cases, the view is weak. They don't take you serious. They be like,
and I think that's the reason why men can't be vulnerable with anyone.
People who grew up in the past generation, you're supposed to how do I express the feelings? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
what do you guys have your take on this thing?
Yeah,
I have a friend. He's always bashing me, it's banter between us, right?
Yeah.
And this other day, it wasn't that cold, making a bomber jacket, right? And I was like, Indoda must not wear a bomber jacket. And I mean, that's banter. That's it's strictly banter. But what's your take on Indoda must have a car for me to date?
Do you have a car though?
True question.
Do you have a
I
car?
feel like you must match your partner's levels. Honestly, especially in relationship dynamics, when there's a power imbalance of money, the one with lesser starts to feel insecure, which makes it a difficult relationship to actually have with the person. So when you start saying your man must have a car and you don't, he's going to start saying, but when I can't always be.
No, you can't. You can't.
It's so wrong for saying that.
If you're not self-independent,
So
you don't have a say in Dotamas.
True story.
Unless it's not materialistic, then maybe we'll consider. Maybe.
And then another question says, how do you handle many other girls without us noticing? This is such a real
One thing about
question.
girls,
I think
they
they
always
notice,
know.
but they just. I think the thing with girls is that they clock it. Sometimes they'll be in denial for a little while, but the ones who, but the ones who clock it and they're there just for revenge. They stay to the end to like mess up the guy. I'm telling you,
The quiet ones are the dangerous ones.
hey, but I can't lie, guys. You know,
Lie.
the women cheat with hey.
You don't say.
Hey.
And then Nikki said, I might get into trouble for this. No, Nikki, speak your truth.
Yeah.
But if you provide a woman with everything she needs, then you do not give her reason to doubt you or your loyalty. The moment you start liking is when she starts questioning everything.
True though. True.
Now you do my Nikki. Mape, but one time you give me everything, and then when you like, I'm trying to process it. That's the thing.
No, we'll come back to it.
And then boy one is like, personally, it's one girl all the way. We love it, her. We love it. One girl all the way. I feel like, yeah. People who are in like polygamous relationships. Open polygamous relationships. I'm there for them, Shem.
Oh,
Open. Not like,
I mean, good for them.
As long as it's not me.
Yeah. I don't know.
And like from the question paper that we have here, the first one says girls shouldn't be muscular. It's not attractive, so they should refrain from playing too much sports or game. You know, I can relate, right? I heavily relate, guys. I used to be like, I still am
saying this.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Sana.
still am into sports, ne? And it was way worse in primary because that's when, started reaching puberty and stuff.
Yeah.
I used to do like almost every other sport and I had like muscles more than any other boy in the class. And I used to get bullied for that, wait. I used to get bullied for that. And then some boys, like, they develop a crushing yana. And then everybody would sort of, I have a crush on Samama, and I was the only one left out. I used to feel like less beautiful, less attractive because of that. I actually wanted to quit sports because of that.
Actually, this is such a weird take, guys. Because truthfully, what does this even mean? Girls shouldn't be muscular. I'm sorry, but like, what? Like,
I think it goes back to the point you just raised. How's it called? Masculinity. Like, it kind of feels like in the relationship if they're in a relationship.
But I also think that if you're bothered by this type of build on a woman, why are you even looking at them? Like, that's not your type. Don't focus there. Go look for your person. Yeah. I also think it's kind of harmful because I don't know if you guys know about Kassy, but like, she's not even, like, sometimes she's not even allowed to partake in sports just because she has a higher level of testosterone, which makes zero sense whatsoever. She's still a woman at the end of the day. She was born that way, and yet just because she's more muscular and she has more testosterone, which gives her like these, let's say, biological capabilities that men get with that testosterone, she's not allowed to partake in certain things. This type of take is really truly harmful because you can
it's too much.
Sana.
Kassy, can you please read any other that you feel like reading?
Girls should dress more modestly to get respect from boys. That's wild. What do you mean I should dress more? Like, what is modest, Tota, to you?
Hey?
Because I don't think
because for me modest could be like a baggy pants and then a crop top. That's for me. Like, I'm being modest.
Regardless of that, who is he to think he has a say on what women wear?
You exactly.
Who is he to think
Exactly.
he has the say to say Mosadi must do this, must dress like this? Who are you?
No,
But
you're
then
not
again-
supposed to be lengisaring your like a
Gape, I feel like you can't base the way you respect someone off of the way they dress. It's how they talk to you and how they interact with you. Then you can base if they fully deserve your respect. Because if someone, let's say, is just like in like a full sweatpants set and they come to you, you're gonna say, okay, I respect you because we're very sweatpants.
Nah.
But if someone comes to you and they're wearing a mini skirt and they're the nicest, sweetest, they're the politest person you've ever met, are you gonna say I don't respect you?
Just because you're wearing a strapeza.
Do you know how silly you sound? As I've been saying, self-introspection. Sit down and think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you look at things, this dynamic brings us back to socialization. But females have been socialized to think that the more you cover up, the more you're going to get respect. And then this whole stereotype has also been placed or customized to guys, if you think about it. So I feel like as a society, as guy girls, we have to change that. We can't be fixated on no because guys,
move with the time.
thank you. Like we live, it's the modern day era. Like, let's
Also, I'd like to say, if you're in a relationship and you got with this girl and she's been enjoying life, living the way she lives, dressing how she dresses, and you start controlling how she dresses, I hope you know you're an abuser. It's abuse.
Moment of silence, just digest. You're an abuser.
Abuse. Seek help.
Thank you. And then the other question says, girls should be at home learning how to be future wives.
Oh, wow.
What if I don't want to marry?
Oh,
What if I don't want to marry?
I refuse.
Who would be
Future
good
wives.
cooks
Hey,
and
we're
mothers?
not out here doing planned marriages. Hey, future
Exactly.
wife. You have life to live. But
Thank you.
As there's this lady on TikTok, this guy in the comments was like, women should be natural. They should have natural faces. And then she's like, okay, then men should have natural money too. Learn how to make money. Is you broke? If you're broke right now,
And
introspect
I love how
again.
women are standing up for themselves.
Yeah.
Because like, I can't be home. When I could all be there making money. When I teach me, I should.
Future wife for who?
Yeah,
That's the thing.
these
For
things
who?
that you're telling your wife to learn, they're basic life skills. And if you can't do those things,
Yourself. You have a
think
problem.
about it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Think about it. Let me read this question from a teen girl because I need some estrogen. Please.
One of the Sky girlies asked her, how many female besties do you have? I was one of the gents, right? And boy, 2 out of 3. 3.
I mean,
I hope my male bestie is listening. You can't have another female bestie.
Because why?
Why 3?
It's supposed to be 3, us only. Not other people.
Oh,
Because I'm telling you a secret. I'm telling my secrets and you're telling mine. So
Why do you have 3?
why do you have to tell? I can't know you are telling other people my stuff.
That means
But
you're
guys,
out
if
there.
they're your best friends, why don't you trust them?
No.
No, as Shathi, would you share your best friend?
Would I share my best friend?
Yes.
I mean, me and my best friend know we're best friends. Like, even when people say things like, when they try to, when people like saying, this is my bestie, she does know. It's Shathi. No, it's Shathi. And I say, yeah, definitely. Guys, there's little story time. Story time. Basically, I think there's a common theme, actually. When guys pressure girls to send their nudes. And then the girl, unfortunately, most of the time, they truly believe that this guy is the nicest guy. He won't do anything with them. He's going to keep them to himself.
Yeah.
But, at the end of the day, boys will be quote-unquote boys. Then they start getting spread, they spread and stuff like that. And you realize the girl ends up getting in trouble for that.
But nothing happens to the gent, which is wild. Like,
because that's literally child pornography. That's an offense.
My advice is don't ever Send a boy nude.
Even if you think he's the one.
Even when you get married, sorry guys.
Even if
because
you
it's
think
gonna
he's
be
the
the
one.
internet forever.
Yeah.
Happy, I'm sorry. Your phones store things, and then when things happen,
Like now I overthink it. Like what if you have news on your phone? Ebe motlakase o tsamaya. Betire be itima. Ebe phone is ala itobetsa ntse itimile. And then your news how charge your phone. Things happen. That's why I say I overthink. Things happen. And then ebe you post we pick up on Facebook 1.2 million like how are you gonna like I'd simply evaporate.
Disintegrate on the spot. On the spot. Hella guys, I feel like as boys, boys should also stop this thing of pressuring hands or born. If you love me, then you'll send these nudes. If you love me, you'll kiss me. If you love me, you have sex with me. Like, what do you mean if I love you? Shouldn't you love me enough to respect my decisions?
Oh, true story.
Like,
true story. Also, I feel like also a common problem amongst even men, teenage boys, they're more nicer to quote unquote pretty people by standards.
Yeah.
There, and you just find you just actually have to wonder, because I think I've seen it in like occasionally 1 or 2 cases. Like I remember we were sitting around, we were hanging out, we were having a games night at some point a while ago, and then one of my friends liked this guy, and I was like, if you like him, then go talk to him. Then she goes, actually I'm not gonna do that because my whole life no guy has been nice to me. I'm ugly. What's the point? Actually, I truly wanted to like scream in the moment. I had to sit with her for 5 minutes telling her, at the end of the day, your confidence is what exudes. You're a beautiful woman. And truly she is beautiful.
Yes.
I truly believe she's one of the most beautiful girls I've ever met.
Yeah.
And for men to think and for men to have the audacity to break down a young girl like that.
Sometimes it does come after rejection, right? They bring them down after you reject them. After they reject you, the way
thank you. And this applies for everything.
And then you start coming for other children.
Hey, baby girl.
Yeah.
And
then when you say no, like
it's okay to say no.
Accept
it. Move on.
Sugar lips. But baby girl, no, because like these men.
But I truly, honestly, as much as I'm bashing men, I truly believe there's some nice people. Like some of my guy friends are some of sorry. Some of my girlfriends actually some of the nicest people. They know there's limits to how you speak to women. Even I check them. When I see they're behaving weirdly about a girl, I genuinely talk to them and I say, don't be silly. Don't be silly. Like think about what you're saying right now and ask yourself, would you say this to the women in your life?
No, like
because if you want to say that to the women in your life, then you could go say that to other girls.
It begins at home.
Better charity begins at home.
I feel like
now my boys would never. If they did, they have to do with me.
Yes, what a big boss.
You're making it seem like I beat boys.
But how like boys are literally like the most caring creatures on earth.
I think when they are raised right.
I'm not lying. Okay. From my side, right? From my side, my friends. I know one of my closest friends. He's my best friend. I know I can come to him with anything, and he's gonna be there for me. Shout out to him. I'm not gonna say his name.
Can we say names though? Shout out.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, man.
So my classmate said I should say shout out to 5C. I was like,
I want to give a shout out to my homie. We call him Buru because like almost Buru. So like this one time I had like a mental breakdown at school and I called him. Listening. He had to attend me, and I really, really, really appreciate him for that. Like, oh man, shout out to you, Buru. I owe you. But I don't owe you. Our friends, so I don't owe you anything. But then Buru was there for me, and I really, really appreciate it because the parents also know me. We're like, I wanna get a horata. Don't stress about it. Blah blah blah.
So nice.
I'm gonna teach you. But yeah, shout out to Buru, man.
Now I feel guilty for not shouting out.
Now I'm going to shout out to Weezy because this is a specific episode that he wanted.
It's the name for me.
He's a rapper. He specifically wanted to be on like a boys type of conversation, and I kept saying, please
wait.
But he's actually one of the sweetest people I've ever met, and I just met him like a couple of months ago. But he's genuinely one of the sweetest. Shout out Weezy for real.
Weezy's dancing.
Okay, shout out Latham. Shout out Latham. Shout out every man. Everyone. I love you guys to a certain extent.
Oh.
No, it's our banter.
I feel like also adding on to the hukatsaring of the bashing, I feel like sitting down and having conversations with like our guy friends or guys in our community is a really nice way to tell them about the things we go through. Because I remember a couple of days ago, I was sitting in the library during my free, and this guy in Form 4, his name is Lifa, cool kid. He just started asking about genuine things he was interested in about women.
Yeah.
Like how, you know how like some men are truly disgusted by periods and birth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He was genuinely asking how it feels, like how like women combat that.
Yeah.
And how
so
to
nice.
and I just realized when a man is genuinely interested in caring for the women around him, he inquires and he sets out to find answers instead of like being disgusted and stuff like that.
Yeah, because one day it's gonna be your sister, it's gonna be your child,
your mom, whoever,
anybody that is female around you. So like you need to ask about these things so that the next time like something happens, you know how to deal with it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So basically, Sky Girls, if he wanted, he would. But let me just leave it there. That's a topic for another day.
For another day.
Anyways, guys, men can be angels when they want to be. Give them room to grow, as sometimes the conditions they grow up in can limit the way they express themselves and stuff like that. Yeah.
Basically, we should just educate them. We should sit down and educate each other, Tota.
Yeah. Having a conversation.
Yeah,
communication.
But communication is key.
True story. I mean, laugh.
Okay, guys, quick question there. Like, what would you do if you had a crush on a boy, and then you had to find out that they smoke like almost everything from cigarettes to weed to happy to all those things? Like, what would you do? And then he approaches you like, hi.
Do I like him? Or like he just approached
like
you?
you're really into him. You're really into him. What would you do about that?
Oh, that's such a heavy question.
I feel like if he's asking me to do those things, I'm very adamant on saying no. I don't support those type of things truly, but I feel like in the case of Sky Girls, I know sometimes we can be impressionable because we're young girls, we're still learning, we're still growing to come into ourselves. It's kind of a tough situation that you're put in, especially as a teenage girl.
Yeah.
Like your crush is in front of your face and he's asking you to do something with him for the first time, and you're like, Sana, what's going on?
But if it goes against your
principles and your
your
values,
principles,
then
just say
no. It's okay to say no, guys.
It's okay to say no.
Even
It's
though
more than okay.
He's your forever
He's
but
not
you
your
should
forever
always stay
yena.
true to yourself, all the time.
Yes. But guys, smoking is very, very dangerous. It's
It
very
is dangerous,
detrimental to your physical health as well as your mental health.
Can we dive into that?
Mental health.
Okay. Yeah. I think with the smoking thing, especially with the mental health thing, it becomes an addiction and it kind of takes a toll on you. You can't focus, especially as a teenager, you can't focus on your studies because now you're thinking, when's the next one? You know what I'm saying?
I had a classmate. He loved smoking with a passion. He did it it's like he was getting paid to do it. And I don't mean it in a bad way.
I get you.
And I recall this other time, I think he was so addicted, he started shaking.
Oh.
His eyes were red. Like he couldn't physically do anything. He couldn't even hold up a pen, right? Because he was thinking about the next, what do they call it? The next plant. I guess that's the name. Hey, they were thinking about hey. And you could see what it was affecting his studies, and like he couldn't interact with us anymore because of how he was feeling, what he was going through. And yeah, guys, he had to get like serious help, and I love that for him that he went to rehab and he's much better right now.
But truly, if you see your friends struggling with these things, please honestly seek out help for them. Talk to someone near you who you feel like you can trust with handling your friend's situation, whether it be their parents, their guardian, their parents, whoever you feel is going to be great at handling that situation for you or them.
Yeah,
So
but
that you shouldn't judge your friends, ne?
think you should go gentle on them, man.
Like
you
should ask. You should know your friends. At this point, this person is not okay. You should ask her, hey, what's going on?
Happy you shouldn't do it in a way where, hey, you can be doing like, you should talk to them.
And you know what people always talk. Don't go with those people. Be there for your friend, ne?
True story.
Yeah.
Real life.
Hey guys, why do boys hide their emotions?
I think they don't want to be viewed as weak.
Yeah,
Okay.
it also comes with the way like, especially I want to say it's Tswana culture, because Tswana culture is very big on traditional masculinity. African culture in general is big on like traditional masculinity. Like, you aren't allowed to be vocal about how you feel. Just take it, be the breadwinner, all of those things.
Yeah.
So when you're raised up by a family who has those views, it's kind of hard to know how you can express how you're feeling totally.
Yeah.
Speaking of society, I know that there's this norm, or better, this belief. Yeah, I want to say it's a belief. And basically that means, I want to say your man is for the streets. But basically, like, in a nutshell, that's it. You understand?
Yeah.
And but then I don't like, what do you mean? Someone else, like, what are you saying?
But
What are you
when I get
saying?
around my 2K, so you don't stand for them. So
I understand that you're a 2K making hang out or buisa patlo or bolela ke bomang bo mmemogolo when I get how monats in malapeng.
Can you believe who are the next generation? Like,
Don't you people who can say Gape truly, I feel like if I'm going to listen to the concern it's about to, it's probably gonna be for the people who've raised me, my parents. Otherwise, the rest of you, eat the siswa and calm down. Just eat your siswa and kululeka. Like,
guys, gotta tell you what the next generations, guys. We don't even easily
do you guys even know those songs? No, even wedding songs.
Playlist that YouTube thing.
No, don't even thought that. Don't find them.
We only know that.
Not making a step. Kishoka step. Step it.
Kishoka step.
I wanna go get a sweater, guys. Don't worry. Go get a sweater.
Big boy Pureza.
Okay.
Guys, I really enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed this too back at home. It was good chilling with you guys. It's been fun. It's me, Kassy with a K. And I was here with, not here.
Yeah? What are we doing?
It's advanced English, darling.
Okay, eat it up. My name is Shathi. If you didn't know the name, now you know the face. You don't know the face, actually.
No, if you don't know the face, go
You
watch.
could know the face if you watch season 1.
Have you watched it?
And don't forget to catch us on all our socials.
At 5 p.m.
Talk about Facebook. Talk about Instagram.
Scargirls BW.
We have WhatsApp.
We have YouTube.
You've been hanging out with me, Big Boss Parisi, aka Puvere Wally Tweezy. And it's a wrap from us, man.
Dreams too big, aiming for the stars. Gonna paint the city pink, paint my skies.